Right, so I've got chest problems today. It's the 11th of February 2025 and all the trouble's starting to kick off again everywhere. So last night initially there was unflushed toilet smells for 3 hours, or just under that. There's been threats, there's been a lot of banging, there's been a load of animal voice sounds coming from outside, loud bikes to erections and going for private session. Times a bit of a woolly bellend pops out. In total you say there's about 300 threats, remarks or whatever in total. Unusual cat animal voice sounds, anything from saying you're a paedophile to a rapist to being knife dead to being sexually abused in your next life to having a break-in and whatever. There's been a whole load of break-in threats, you're having a fucking break-in or whatever. That's probably the highest threat out of all of it. And to say that you're going to have a triple burglary, losing everything, sexual burglary, or there's more threats where people are mentioning the word of sexuality or some form of sexuality with burglary threats than the burglary threat on its own. So I'm not in a very fucking happy mood this morning. When I passed the staff office, obviously I wasn't supposed to hear this because they were speaking amongst themselves, but one of the staff workers said, "Shot dead paedophile," as I passed the staff office. Right, so I can't remember, I just heard somebody say something, I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's a threat, but it's audio recorded, whatever it is. And going out, obviously you've got the usual setups, black and blue, sex, sexual, you name it, I'll keep you informed with the rest of the stuff as the day goes. Traffic control forcing me into rough people, so I have to be prepared to, because I was threatened to be stabbed and injected in the leg with HIV. But this is the government, or the creator god, or this useless fucking buckled, twisted, hell-bent fucking force stopping me walking the other direction or go across or whatever. You're in a fucking trap. So yeah, it's hardly surprising that, so I was getting prepared to get nasty. Shot dead tomorrow, said. Right, so a couple of bike issues. Basically that is since the last page. Zimmer frame angled at me, being shot, said, bonus a motorbike. The bus is packed solid. It's the busiest I've known the 81 bus ever. This bus is at least 15 people more busier than I've ever known it ever before. Any time, ever. Busiest on record. Right, so I'm off the bus, trying a new place. There's a person that's suffering from paedophilia on the bus. So obviously you can't help it, obviously, but when the bus is packed and whatever, it's a rather embarrassing subject to be talking about, So yeah, I'll leave it there on that part. Right, I'm choked out by a catalytic converter that started, and I found an old light, making it very difficult to photograph people. I've made it to I've never been up here before, as I was saying. Struggling up a hill. Obviously they need to set up a catalyst. Right, a bird's telling me I'm sick and being shot dead, but in the same voice, or the same sentence should I say, the bird is telling me to fuck someone that sexually abused me as a child. So, whether the god's fucking crooked, I don't know, but... Right, so, the seagull says knife dead, no one left, and little girl. So it's stacking and packing it, yeah, it's a black and blue white, hang on. Not sure how busy this road gets. Right, so a bit of piss about. I'm at a place called Oddcom. I've never been here before. I've been on the route. I want to check this out because there's a cloudy day. You never know, you might find some old lights. I found one earlier, but it's not the best picture. But and the sky state's changing a little. Still cloudy though. Right, I don't know how busy this road gets, but I'm being forced to stay aside. I want to take a picture of something as well, but the government keep putting all this traffic in my direction. It's time for black sexual and red Downing Street. Yeah, as soon as you take a picture of something, they slam the fucking traffic at you as heavy as fucking hell. So I'm just going to have to stay here, wait until that traffic goes, if it does, so I can get the picture. Right, so let's give it another fucking try down the street, shall we? A 1970s street like that one, so not the oldest, but still a nice looking one. It was after the 70s they started looking a load of crap. I think you had a couple that came out in 81 and 82, and that's the end of it. Basically, 81. Right, dogs currently barking child molester, but before that, Crow says fuck up, just bird beat you up. No, Jennifer. That's what was said by a bird. And then the bird says molest Stephanie, which is a threat I used to get back in Bridgewater. God's not verifying the facts of any of this. God's walked, God doesn't have a clue. So if there is such thing as a heaven and hell, God's going to put innocent people in hell for doing nothing wrong. Because God can't verify the facts because there's a warp. The atoms are laid out wrong to get to verify the facts or whatever. It's like that. Crow says I'm going to be dead meat. You know what's going to happen next, don't you? Crow's going to say you're going to have to be sexually abused as a child in your next life. Don't stop from getting sex by being nailed as a sick cunt again. Right, I'm trying to photograph an old light and it keeps coming out of focus every picture. Yeah, every picture's coming out of focus. This is one of the hardest tasks ever, doing this. Well, I've taken a few pictures, most are out of focus, there's nothing I could do about it. I'm bloody too busy. I wouldn't say it's too busy as such, what I mean is it's too awkward, and I'm just not in the mood for it. Alright. There's bound to be one that's come out, I can make digital adjustments on it. The continuation of voice sounds is irritating. as far as I can. That's 90s. The Jehovah's playing fucking up big time. Right, so the back's in focus and the light's not in focus. So I take another picture, the light's in focus and the background's all out of focus. I can't do the picture. I've never had this before, not where I can't do the picture at all. So I got to delete it. Because obviously Jehovah's just a crushed little malice fucking bastard, that's as simple as that. I smash that fucking cruelty, sexual slaughter fucking tearaway. Cursing my camera. God doesn't want pictures. God wants me taking pictures of naked children on the beach instead. That's the best it gets. But on a sunny day, that is. The creator God is fucking corrupt. Right, total sitcom being beat up said, nothing I can do about it, the creator's buckled. A fucking malice, fucking ice axe and fire staking bastard, that's who the creator God is. I decided I'm going to go back and chance that light picture because that's a very rare novelty type light. But, you know, if that staggered bastard, the creator God's not going to let me get a picture, then I won't be able to get it. Just going to have to try. So it's a house light as well, so it's going to cause problems if anyone comes out. Nothing you can do about it. Right, so I went back to try and take a picture. But God doesn't want me taking a picture, as I said. There's one thing, is that the government and God are working together in spiteful ways. We're only a few days from Valentine's Day, so obviously Jesus Christ and the government want to sex suck the guts in and out of me as a child and stop me getting sex all my life, while causing people to nail me as a rapist or paedophile or woman beater or murderer or whatever. God and the government, so the creator God and the government also want to destroy me. They want to put me in the fire of hell, they want to rip me to pieces, and they want to laugh in my face. They want to stop me getting sex. They want to cause as many people as they can possibly stack around me to give me as many threats as possible. They want me photographed by hundreds, thousands, and they want my life taken the hit off, and they want me to be murdered brutally and violently. Again, that's the creator and also the government. They both work together. They both have the same idea. They're both corrupt as fuck. Nothing I can do about it. My name's just in time, and I serve in time, and I'm living up to my name. There's nothing I can do about it, and that's possibly the reason that the creator God wants me ripped to fucking pieces, or the government wants me ripped to pieces. No matter what it is. Right, I won't look, I'm trying to look at the signpost to see where I'm going. Right, I'm being choked out by a catalytic converter. I'm trying to work out where I go to get to the place I need to go to. Because the road instruction is not very fucking clever. Because I've lost my path, you see, I've come up here and now I've lost my way. Well, I'm being pissed about, you know, initially. I'm trying to work out how you get to Montague. Also, I'm exploring the area, there's time to do this. And in the distance I'm at, I can actually walk back to the Oval if need be. But I haven't had anything to eat yet, so I'm sort of thinking more. I haven't had a fag yet either. I've run out last night, so I've got to get some fags. But anyway, I came out the wrong end actually of the church. I took the other road. Okay. Yeah, I know where I am now. Right, so I saw the sign to Montague. I think the sign's been misplaced in the wrong area, to be fair, because that's the opposite direction to Montague. unless it's referring to the road ahead and they got it on the other side of the road for the other direction. I don't know, but either way, I know where I am. A bad time as well, because it's nearly 3 o'clock and the last bus is something like 5 something, so I'm not going to have time to go to where I was initially planning to go. But I was late getting the bus because I didn't get up until late. It was 1 PM, just below 12:30, something like that. I got up and I got the 1 o'clock bus because I drank 6 or 7 beers last night. Because I've been drinking these cocktails, is removing the enamel off my teeth and I'm getting this horrible feeling in my mouth, so I stopped drinking them. So I'm going back to my regular beer, but I've got to cut down. It's going to be a can a night. It's going to have to go down from the 6 that I had last night, or 7. There's definitely won't be 6 or 7 tonight. I doubt it'll even be 5. But we're got to get down to a sensible amount of, and that's got to take place soon because health issues. My lungs are playing up. I've got pulled muscle in the chest and lungs, and you know it. Yeah, so obviously I'm going to Montague. I've seen the sign, so it was in the wrong direction actually, to be fair. I don't know why that was, but either way I should be going back up this hill later on. I want to explore the bottom part before I go up there. Right, I stopped the recording. Crow says, "Knife, you're dead." Right, a teenage crowd mixed with people in their 20s was saying it's not as attractive as I thought as they passed me. More animal voice sounds. Comes us. Let's stop. Well, it was cool. Right, boner, it's a bike, everything has ADR said on the radio. Right, so yeah, the Willie's business, the bikes, and on the country lane they're going to stack the traffic and make it busy, do what they did yesterday. There we are, trouble shit stirring. No, it's a penis up bike. Right, extremely choked out by catalyst. Extremely choked out, that is. Right, like yesterday. On country roads, so they step up the traffic. At the moment it seems to be bikes. There we are, colliding now. There's colliding with bikes, every car, whatever. And now they're colliding the cars on the narrowest part of the road. Because the government want to cause as much trouble and mayhem. That's the creative God doing it, because the creative God's a poor bastard as well. Right, so on the road down below, they timed a new van name, which is Your Lucky Day, and then the Granny for You van. Right, so I've just nearly fell over because I've slipped. Sex with the beast top, and the traffic flow on this road doesn't seem like it's hard to say. I'm now approaching the busier road, and I know how busy this road is because it's a regular route. About 10 cars per minute. At the moment it's sticking to that level. I just want to mention something else. I was just checking my camera and I'm going to lose all my pictures. The SD card's just got fucking buggered up in the camera. Right, an animal said something, I have to mention it when the two bikes pass. Right, so heard a tweet saying you're having an old lady and telling me to fuck your I won't say what it says, and then it says you child molester. Right, so we're tied in traffic, we're picking out traffic, so we're at about 50 cars in the last minute and a half. Get it going now. Busier than your average, but not the busiest on record. I've got cars waiting behind again, as you noticed the size of the road like yesterday. Doing exactly what I did yesterday. And actually, it might be less than 10 cars per minute actually on this road, usually. That's just a rough guess. I haven't really calculated the amount. It's just like you sense, you know, when the amount occurs and you know it's heavy or whatever. Right, I've managed to cross the road now, but we're slamming the traffic too heavy, and I had to wait before I got around the corner so that the car can see me before I get smashed to fucking pieces. Now my bike's bike direction and showed by Catalyst. It's going to be like this for the rest of my days. Right, so I don't want to piss about with fucking catalytic converters. They're throwing me off, and I've got to divert. I'm not in the fucking mood for this Downing Street. This is why I chose this place to go to today, because it's not usually packed solid for control force around me. The problem is I don't know if I do the walk, I don't know if I can make the last bus back. This is the problem. But I'm being thrown off. No matter what you do. That wasn't just two catalytic converters that were started either side of the road in that direction. You're looking at the whole row, you know, further down. Cars that are just backed in, or cars that are getting ready to back out with lights on. That's how you can tell, really, because the lights are on. Bloody hell. I can see why they run to me in this direction. Everywhere's all fucking waterlogged. Right, so I'm taking the there's no way I can get to where I want to go to and make it in 2 hours, if that. So I've got to cut through on there, I've got to go back to the road. But you know that when it's waterlogged like this and you can't go anywhere, that you're buggered. And obviously I don't want a 7-mile walk back. So, yeah, at the moment I'm next to a school because obviously it's their playtime. Obviously I'm getting a bit of a wet foot as well, but there's not much you can do about it. My initial plan was to go into the church and sit in there and wait for the bus. But unfortunately, I'm being thrown all over the place with setups. I'm not in the mood for it, you see. Because we're approaching the Valentine's period, they step up all this action. It was extremely bad between the years of 2006 to 2011. After 2011, they dropped all the action on that specific day of Valentine's Day. But as soon as we came out of the lockdowns, after the coronavirus lockdowns, all this action has been stepped up 4 times heavier than before, and 4 times more malicious. And Valentine's Day is included as well with this nasty setup, so there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, there's... got unusual seagulls like that. It's I've forgotten what I was going to say now. What I wanted to say is cut out my head. God quite often does this. God curses me to shut my fucking face. Because obviously, you know, the Creator God's a spiteful little bastard, so that's going to happen. I'm eating, so there's been 7 different walkers in my direction. The reason they do this is because they want to cause someone to cough or sneeze in my face while I'm eating. Right, some boba sauce. Someone had to call that dog because I went to eat something. Whatever's controlling this force around me, they don't make it easy to do anything at all. I'm trying to eat, you see, this minute in time. Got my sandwich, I've had something to eat, but they're doing everything they can. Like I was saying, like just now, they're causing people to cough and sneeze in my face. A catalytic converter controlled setup, or you know, whatever. Right, a bird, sorry, saying being knife dead. There's people about, so I can't say it loud. But you know, the Creator God's turned. They knew this years ago. They knew this. I think the Creator God turned before I was born. God was laughing at me being raped as a child. The seagulls on the roof going ha ha ha, oh, and stuff like that. You know, so when you're that age, it does make you wonder. So why are we here? You know, who's the fucking ruler man? Or unless the government calls the ruler man to turn against everybody. Right, so I just passed a granny. It's a sort of unusual look actually. So she's about 70 or 80. She looks very similar to the Grace, the neighbour where I live. So I find that rather unusual. Right, I still can't open the sandwich to eat it properly. Taking one bite, that's it. There's more people. And a started van. I'm not going to stop it. It's got to continue. God wants me ripped to fucking pieces. The problem is I don't come to pieces. I'll get retaliation. So there we are. We've got our sex phones. Right, so I'm going in there. No, it wasn't locked. Just to eat my sandwich, find out when the bus times are to go back. Right, so just to remind you, I'm in a church, a Christian building. It feels very cold in here actually. I'm getting shivers. And I'm getting the feeling like something wants to drop you into the abyss under the floor for some reason. To my knowledge, it's a cult religion, so when it comes to Christianity, you're basically worshipping the demonic gods, if you call them that. It is believed that all religions are cult religions, regardless of what deity it is that you're worshipping. The temperature in this church actually feels colder than it does outside, and I'm not making that up. So I'm not exactly sure how cold it is in this church, but I can tell you now it's definitely cold. So I got over an hour to wait for the bus, or I can walk back. If I walk back, it's about a 2.5 hour walk. In actual fact, you're just out the range of walking distance, to be fair, after a long walk I've done already. So, you know, because you'd have blisters and sore feet and all that sort of stuff. Go to the church door, child rapist said. Curry's coach and 2 school children as a... Yeah, it's the same one. I thought it was going to be the bus, you see, I don't know. In the other direction, obviously I know what direction it comes going home, but I don't no the other direction. That's why I went to have a look. So yeah, because I went to turn the light on in the church aisle just to have a look at the stone angel carvings that are on the top of the wall. But they seem to be sort of medieval or some sort of Masonic establishment, and with the designs on it, like the flag-looking designs that are colourful, like grey, blue, like a grey cross type thing with stars, 4 stars around it, and in colour blue, and then on the reverse side you've got like a red arrow going up, and orange star type things, and a grey, and sort of a sort of, you know, shield, you know, one of those shield shapes, you know, or sword and, you know, shield type shape. So yeah, it's like that. If I go out tomorrow, I think I'll be wearing a fucking jumper because it's bloody cold today. And whether it's me or whether it's you know, it's I'm not used to these sorts of temperatures. The church temperature feels about, if I was to guess, it'd be colder than that. Probably about 4 degrees Celsius. When you consider I've been in the bedroom as low as 9 degrees, and it's nowhere near as cold as this. The average temperature in my bedroom at the moment is 13 to 14 degrees, though I do put heating on quite frequently when I'm drinking. I still got to get some fags because I haven't had a fag today yet, so I'm not sure where I'm going to be getting them yet. I've got to cut down on that as well, mind, because it's causing health issues. As soon as I have a drink in the evenings, the alcoholic drinks, bang goes 8 fags straight away, you know. That's got to stop, and especially when you consider that they're 15 quid a pack now. Well, I've just come outside the church, and yes, it is hotter outside than it is inside, believe it or not. I wasn't 100% sure when I said this, but yeah, it is. And about 3 degrees warmer outside than it is inside the church. Saying knife you dead, you've had Amy Weston, which is not true, but you can't tell God this. I beat him up, said by a teenage girl or somebody. Distant, but it's the fact that it's been said, and the fact that I'm in the area when it's been said. I said it's said by a teen, but it could be someone slightly younger. But either way, is the fact that the curse of this being said occurs where I am. Right, I can't get out because the catalytic converter is backing up me. This is why I went back in that direction initially, because there's a load of people timed. They want to tell me that a catalytic converter is a granny on a Zimmer frame. They've always done it. They're forcing me across the road to doing exactly what they've done earlier. Getting every car and van on the road to choke me out with a catalytic converter as part of the government's way. And now we've got a syringe on the floor. Right, drain covers hit, grey sexual car my way, choked by catalyst, Alico lorry, and Sex Genie jumper. That's spelled S-E-X, and then G-E-N-I-E. Right, so I've got police with sirens, but another one, another 2. Fuck knows what's going on down there. Oh, fucking catalyst. Anyway, right, you've had, I mentioned the Genie, Sex Genie, Hyper van, drains hit over lower in the car, black and blue time, and you had that. Right, so I've got orange, white, an FFJL van, a grey, sick, white, black and fucking blue, whatever. Right, so there's been a red car with a poppy on it, a red mixed with white car, 2 grey cars, E and D to apply dead. So we had a pink octopus energy van, and red, white and blue. Right, at the moment traffic flow's increasing. It's not too suggestive, it's, but apart from this minute in time, you've had a lot of vehicles. I just wanted to mention something. There's an old street light down a designated alley that I wanted to take a picture of 3 years ago, but I couldn't because it was sunny. There's not actually been a time where I've gone there and where it's been cloudy. Never. I've been down there roughly about probably about 80 times roughly in the 3 years. It's definitely one of those that I've been targeting to get a picture of. It could be more than that. But every time I come there it's sunny, and it's not sort of, even when you wait around, because the sky just opens up into blue skies, it's literally impossible to take. I'm not sure how old the light is, but it's one of the oldest I've ever seen, so it could be the carbon arc light, or it could be the earliest of the mercury vapour white glow street lights. I'm not sure what model it is. It's very old. At the beginning of 2024, I went to try and get another picture on a scarce cloudy day, because you only had the equivalent to about 8 overcast days for the whole of 2024, 6 for 2023. When I arrived back at this place to try and take a picture of that light, up goes a new light. There's now a modern new LED knife shaped white, street light, which is a modern type. I don't like modern lighting. If we go back, I can't remember, I think it's 2 years ago now, a politician was on telly and said, moaning about old lights and so like that, and said, there's a light, it's not for people to take photos or look at, it's a light, it's for people to see. That's all it's for people to see, it's sort of like that. Right, so the action's getting a little bit nastier now. So we've got an AA car, a fuck baby, I can't remember if it's a jumper or t-shirt, white mixed with red, sexual car, 2 red cars, black, red, and obviously the flow of traffic in general is picking up. All in all, today's setups is moderately heavy. So it's one of those days where it's not as bad as what it has been for the last, since every single day near enough since the middle of November. So you had that weekend where I went out and there was no problems hardly. That one time I went out with a neighbour to McDonald's after I had the trots, and where I went out and there wasn't too much problems in the evening. There's a few seconds or minutes, should I say, where I went outside and it wasn't too bad. And there's a day on the 16th of January where it wasn't too bad. And the first 2 days when I went down to visit my mum's, maybe the third day was not too bad, but the day before I came back, the action was very heavy, and it's been heavy every day since, and today's another day where it's been slightly eased. Right, so penis up's a motorbike, 2015 finisher, fluorescent yellow top, worn by a jogger, and obviously there's been a load of cars in the midst of that. There's been a Grace van and been some unusual helicopter activity in the sky. There's 5 Graces I know. There's actually a child Grace that I don't actually know properly, if at all, but I'm aware of it basically. So, and this Grace is 12 and she's in a sexual relationship. So that's how difficult it's making it when everybody's in sexual relationships, especially when you're 43, if there's anybody left out there, if you get what I'm saying. 2 Graces are from the church that I know, or Coffee Morning, if you want to call it that. You've got Grace, who's a neighbour. Again, I don't really know her that well. She's in a relationship with Chris. And you've got the Grace from the Jehovah's Witnesses, who's a very old lady, but a polite looking lady. Right, so there's a helicopter in the sky doing absolutely nothing. It's just standing there doing absolutely nothing. It's stationary, just in the sky. The bus is coming, so I've got to get on it. Extreme fart smell on the bus. Red cars and blue. Like 9 times loud bike, her passes time to a stretch, and then a blue car my way, and then another bike. Right, so I'll leave it on record, like I did yesterday. There's something I want to talk about, because this is not something I expected to hear, to be fair. It's regarding this person that suffers from paedophilia that's on the bus, and how this conversation respected that person who sat next to him after I moved seats, because I was getting off the bus. I'll give you more of the story once I get out this fucking swing of shit that's all around me. RH says to apply Rick. Right, I'm gonna have to the mate Audi's too busy to go there. It's fucking buckled today, innit, Christ? I'm as good as back. So I made it back home, and I can tell you now, it's not good.